So here we have a Techy robot, just cleaning the CES show floor, right? So hi, so who are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
Who are you?
My name is Kevin and I'm from Techy.
All right. Are you the CEO?
No, I'm not. I'm the head of international operations.
And here you have the coolest looking on the table smart projector, no?
Of course. So this is called Techy Infinite. This is a touchscreen projector. All you have to do is to place on any flat surface and you can start playing with your fingers right away.
You can turn it?
Of course.
You can use it right there? Any flat surface.
That's right.
A black table is okay or no?
The color, the material, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Nice.
So it's auto-focusing right now. So you can use this to play games, to watch movies, or if you are more like a business person, you can use this to have some documents done. For example, like this. So you can use this to do Word, Excel, PowerPoint.
Nice. So you've been selling this in China, or how is it the sales in the US or Europe?
Right now, we're selling this in China. We're also selling this in the United States as well. People can purchase this on Amazon at $999 US.
$999.
That's right.
Any chance this can become more affordable?
Well, it is. I mean, right now the manufacturing cost is pretty high, so we are trying to lower the retail price as well.
To $499?
Not that low.
before CES 2021?
Well, maybe not that low. Maybe $799, $899.
Nice. And you can also just flip it around, have it on the wall as like a cinema, right? So this is a short through projector. What's the resolution?
So the resolution is 720p. So the screen goes up to 100 inches.
Nice.
All you have to do is to move it back a little bit, and you can use this as a regular projector.
It will autofocus no matter the distance? Or you can manually focus also, or no?
You can manually focus. It has autofocus. It has automatic keystone correction as well.
Nice. And here to show you, showing more and more different cool stuff. What is this guy?
So this is our logistic robot.
Logistics?
That's right.
How does it work? Can you open the drawers on it and stuff?
Of course. So once there's people standing in front of it, it will automatically stop.
And what is it?
We have a screen on the top. It says our company name as well.
And so it will open the door?
That's right.
Maybe you need to reboot it.
It has to go back to where it's supposed to be, so it's over there.
Okay, let's get it back. Okay, so it's just gonna go and then come back?
That's right.
logistics. Could it like deliver
That's right.
breakfast at the hotel?
It can deliver breakfast, it can deliver meals, it can be used in home, in business office, in office buildings, everywhere.
So now it's going to come over here at some point?
Just give it a sec.
Maybe he's tired because it's been a long CES. This is the end of the show, right?
It's the last day, so.
And let's go in there. So you have another one there. You do
That's
several
right.
different robots?
It's a different one.
Oops. So what's happening here?
So this is a home carrying robot. So you can have this at your house. You can use this to monitor your house. You can use this to help you to control all the smart home devices.
So how does it work?
So,
Tap it on the
bingo.
side?
Yeah, it has a screen. 过来. You can tell this to come over here.
Yeah?
Bingo. 过来. So you can tell this to come over here.
Pico.
Bingo. It's like bingo.
Bingo. I'm over here. I'm
Maybe
not good with.
you might have to yell later.
你好，听不懂. I'm not good with Chinese.
So you can use this to control all your smart home devices.
Can you make it speak English?
At this moment, no, but we will have English version as well.
So right here, this guy has arrived here. So is it ready to open or is it going away again? Okay, it needs to reboot, I think. Okay, it's busy. It's coming back here.
Oh, okay. So it has to come over here in order to open.
Over there, okay. It's only opening when it's in the authorized area of the logistics company. It's coming over there.
Excuse me.
Excuse you, okay. Okay. Can you open the drawer? It's very polite, robot. It's got his own mind, his own ideas. And here you can have a bunch of deliveries. You can have the Amazon delivery. You have another one. Here's your Bluetooth headphones. Boom. And here's another one. Another delivery. Nice. Here's your scrambled eggs for breakfast. Nice.
You can use this to deliver meals, deliver breakfast, deliver lunch, deliver anything.
Your mic is a little bit gone. Okay, so Hachi is a Shenzhen company?
No, we are a company based in Beijing.
Beijing?
That's right.
And big into cool smart projectors, robots. What's the plan for the future?
So we are a company.
Sorry, your mic is gone. Okay. Let me just, I think it's interference. Okay, there you are. So you are a company?
So we are a company focusing artificial intelligence and robotics technology. So we have products like smart projectors, we have products like logistics robots, we have products like home care robot, and smart vision as well.
What is this part?
So this is more like a security camera inside communities. You can have this at shopping malls, at your communities. All you have to do is to input all your known identity at here, and it will automatically show. That's right.
So now you have my face in your system?
That's right.
And direct
And
connection to
that's right.
Chinese government or?
No, of course not.
No?
Of course not.
I'm joking. Okay,
So,
that's cool. So you can have face recognition.
That's right.
You can see where people are,
That's
people
right.
are falling. This is real or it's just future stuff?
This is real.
You
This is
already
real.
deployed this?
That's right. It will automatically show your age, your gender, whether you're wearing your glasses or wearing your hat or not.
All right. So what's your vision for international, right? Is that your job to
that's
get
right.
to Europe, USA? What's the plan? What's the strategy?
So first of all, we are definitely trying to sell more products in the United States. For example, the AI projector. So we are launching this projector in Amazon, Walmart, Beta, so people can purchase this product everywhere. So this is more like an AI entrant level product.
I love this product. I've been wanting to have this product for like 15 years. I've been looking for everywhere. People should bring this kind of product. I'd like to see it in the size of a phone. So you have your phone on the table. It makes a 20-inch tablet. Are you working on that?
We are. We're definitely trying to make this smaller, lighter, and this, as a matter of fact, this is our second generation. It is already about 3 pounds.
3 times brighter.
That's right.
So it would be nice if you can get full HD and a phone size in the pocket. You should make a phone basically. You should make a phone with a built-in 20-inch projector.
That's right.
Interactive on any table. If you did something like that, that'd be really special.
We're trying to do that right now.
Can you make it in 2020?
Maybe not, but we'll definitely try to make it in 2021.
All right, and you have your laser, or how does it know where I'm touching? Is a laser array here, right?
So we have 2 cameras at here,
IR.
and one camera is more like for the projection, and the other camera is more like a sensor to tell whether you're touching this or not.
But are you not making an IR blasting?
No, it's from here. It's from here.
Only from there. There's nothing down here.
Nope.
All right,
It's just
so
a
it's just a camera. It knows where I am exactly.
That's right.
Is that how you play?
I don't think that's how you play this game.
Okay, I would lose. Okay.
How about let's see Fruit Ninja.
Half brick.
So you can use this to play any game.
So it's important to have a nice quality touch detection.
That's right.
Because the other I've seen people do IR here.
Oh, okay.
But it's better to just do directly. Cool. All right.
没有啊。
没有折叠，哎呀。
Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. The car that you see on the screen doesn't look particularly unusual, and it's not a luxury vehicle. The Mercedes-Benz Sprinter is a car designed primarily for comfortable and efficient transportation. The manufacturer offers several models. For example, the Sprinter can be a van, minibus, a tour bus, and even a truck. However, if you think that it's impossible to turn this car into a luxury vehicle, you are very much mistaken. Trimo is a Turkish company that's been upgrading and modifying standard vans since 1994. A few years ago, their specialists created an absolutely amazing and unique car based on a standard Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. The updated model is the Sprinter SVD 1010. Although on the outside this minibus is not very different from other similar cars, the interior has been completely redesigned. Unfortunately, there's no information about the materials used. However, it looks like all the surfaces are finished with high-quality beige natural leather. The natural wood inserts are a great addition too. Other notable features include a bar, panoramic windows, and adjustable seats. The interior features tables, a fridge, a coffee maker, individual lighting, and air conditioning. And interestingly, specialists have paid great attention to automation. Almost all interior elements, such as armrests, leg rests, and the coffee machine, appear after pressing the corresponding buttons. Rolls-Royce Phantom. Now let's talk about a car that doesn't need additional modifications. Specialists from Rolls-Royce have done everything possible to make this luxury car impress not only the passengers, but also the driver, over and over again. It's worth noting that production of the Rolls-Royce Phantom cars began in 2003. This car is Bentley Flying Spur. We could talk about the technical characteristics, the power and the speed of this car for a long time. After all, the Bentley Flying Spur is one of the fastest sedans on the planet. However, we want to talk about this car in our video today, firstly because of its amazing and unique interior. That's what we're going to focus on. The seats and doors have a textured leather finish with a three-dimensional diamond pattern. According to the company, it's unique. You won't find a similar design in any other car in the world. The seats have heating and ventilation systems too. There are several massage modes and the position of the head rollers is adjustable. The inclination of the backrest also changes for maximum comfort. Pay attention to the dashboard. It has a rotating panel. One side is made of pure wood veneer, another side has 3 analog dials. And finally, the third side is a 12.3-inch touchscreen. The luxurious interior is finished by hand with high-quality materials. Both the driver and the passengers will find numerous compartments for small things, inductive wireless charging, and of course, USB plugs to connect external devices. The clock and shift lever are finished with exquisite bronze details, and the panoramic hatch is another plus. The Maserati Levante. This car was officially presented for the first time in 2011 at the Frankfurt Motor Show. The first model was shown 5 years later at the Geneva Motor Show in March 2016. And to this day, the interior of the Maserati Levante crossover is considered a standard of refinement and high quality. Interestingly, the manufacturer offers two versions of this car. In the Gran Lusso model, the focus is on the luxury. The Gran Sport model, as you can guess from the name, is the sports version. The most outstanding features of the Gran Lusso are the exclusive silk interior, the wood finish, and the leather steering wheel. Silk inserts can be found in the seats, the door panels, the roof trim, and the ceiling lamp. The color, dark grey anthracite, is interestingly combined with fine natural leather inserts. The color is then chosen by the customer. It can be black, sand, or red. The seats are electrically adjustable. They have 12 parameters and a memory function. Other interesting features are the electric adjustment of the steering wheel, the pedal unit, the sill light, and the door holder system. The Gran Sport seats have a range of similar functions, but are also equipped with headrests to prevent injury. The leather seats are available in black, red, beige, or sand brown. Each of these options is highlighted with quality stitching. Bugatti Chiron. This legendary vehicle, known to all car enthusiasts, stands out above all for its technical characteristics. Unfortunately, few people actually pay attention to the interior of the vehicle. It's time to fix that. So, what is so surprising about the interior of the Bugatti Chiron? First of all, it all depends on the owner's preferences, as only a total of 500 Bugatti Chiron are expected to be produced. Each of them will be specially designed to meet the owner's needs, who will select the interior to suit their taste. For example, a leather interior with carbon inserts can be chosen. This option increases the value of the car by about $70,000. If the customer wishes to have seats made of the same material, they will have to pay another $21,000. Another material that can be used for the interior decoration is Alcantara. All the details of the dashboard have a very interesting and eye-catching appearance thanks to the material chosen, anodized aluminium. The McLaren 720S. The next car we want to show you today has set a new standard for interior capacity among supercars. The spacious interior of the McLaren 720S is finished with high-quality, fine leather highlighted with aluminium details. As you can see, these seats with contrast stitching and many other elements are handmade. The central touchscreen has an 8-inch diagonal. Notice the unique folding dashboard system too. It's known as folding driver display. But how does it work? Well, when the engine is started, the vertical display shows all kinds of information. The driver can change modes, lower the display, and be less distracted from the road, as the display only shows the most important information. The Bentley Continental GT. The interior of the last car we will show you today stands out for its expressive lines and memorable appearance. According to the manufacturer, the digital dashboard is the main innovation. By the way, it's almost the same as the Bentley Flying Spur we've mentioned today. It is a rotating element with a display and a clock on different sides. It's an amazing combination of high technology and craftsmanship. The unique look of the interior is enhanced by a large number of decorative inserts. The unique and natural texture of the wood combines perfectly with the laconic varnished surfaces. A strip of polished chrome separates the colors from each other, surrounding the entire interior. It should be noted that the polished chrome pieces, if desired, can be complemented with diamond cut. When ordering the Bentley Continental GT, the buyer can choose one of 15 options for the leather interior.
Oppo Selfie Expert.
We are wondering what is happening to the world. Everything is changing.
The very idea of human being some sort of natural concept is really going to change.
Our bodies will be so high-tech, we won't be able to really distinguish between what's natural and what's artificial.
Inside our own heads is the most complex arrangement of matter in the known universe.
You might ask yourself, can we get to be superhumans?
The original Industrial Revolution was driven by the discovery that you could use steam engines to do all kinds of interesting things.
But that was followed by additional revolutions for electricity and computers and communications technology. We're now in the early stages of the fourth industrial revolution, which is bringing together digital, physical, and biological systems.
One of the features of this fourth industrial revolution is that it doesn't change what we are doing, but it changes us.
With the ability to visualize brain activity, for example, through a simple consumer-based EEG device, it gives us access to ourselves in ways that we've never before thought possible. It unlocks the black box that is the brain and enables us to really, truly be able to realize an identity that is aspirational.
There's now a scientific foundation for the effects of mindfulness on the brain, on the genome, on biological aging. And when the human mind does know itself, then you get the potential for a new renaissance that restructures itself in terms of our relationship to life, our relationship to the planet, our relationship to work.
We need a different economic model. And by that I don't mean capitalism versus communism. What I'm talking about is a shift in the system along the lines of the two big changes that happened in the 20th century, Keynesianism, with a much greater focus on health and education and the role of government working with business, and then a reaction against that in late century to neoliberalism, where the focus was on free markets, freedom of the individual, and getting governments out of the way. We need a shift to a new system that will allow us to meet the basic needs of every human on the planet, that will live within planetary means, that will be fairer, and that will be focused as its key goal, not on growth per se, but on maximizing human well-being. And history tells us that a values shift is triggered by creation of a new story about how we want to live.
I see the circular economy as something which fits very closely with mankind's goal to be innovative and creative and to always progress. We can use asset tracking, we can use IT, we can use 3D printing to enable this different economic model to recover materials, feed them back into the economy, and really to decouple growth from the resource constraints we have.
The reason we live in cities is not different today than it was 10,000 years ago. Even if we have got networks connecting us, we still want to have places where we meet in person. So this means the place where we work and the place where we live are much closer to each other, a city where we don't need to have big supply chains in order to produce things, where many things can be sourced locally thanks to 3D printing and robotics. So if we're able to do something to transform cities, to make them more efficient, then the impact can be huge.
Think about the prospect of getting rid of plastics. We must not only be inspired or informed by nature, but actually use natural organisms with which to design products and building parts. Only instead of varying material properties, we're varying biological functionality.
Design is critical today because it's the first signal of human intention. So the question of adding quality to quantity, it isn't a matter of simply circulating things that are potentially toxic. It's circulating things that are safe and healthy for all generations. So the goal is no longer, I want to be less bad, less monotonous, less unsafe, less unjust. It's really about a diverse, safe, healthy, and just world with clean air, clean water, clean soil, clean energy.
Together we are fighting to preserve our fragile climate from irreversible damage and devastation of unthinkable proportions.
If we think about the original Industrial Revolution, it was an energy revolution. I like to think of it as a kind of bookending of a period in human history during which we used fossil fuels, and it worked very well for us for a long time. But now we have to bring that to an end. We have energy technologies that can power our civilization: solar, wind, biomass. So then the question is, well, how do we get grid integration? Maybe the wind is blowing in Denmark, the sun is shining in Germany, and now you can move that electricity through an integrated grid. You can supply energy to everyone who needs it, and you can supply energy at all times.
Walking around, you do see different stuff as far as like the body marriage line. They use a lot of things that help them lift up and move things to the car. You just sit there and, you know, program something, and it has its own set mind to go ahead and do everything. And then as humans, we just come in and take the extra step to help the technology.
It's not the cure-all for everything. There's definitely a lot of things where people perform the operation better, but certainly for the right applications, robotics are a huge improvement for the process.
The prediction of 5 million jobs lost by 2020 to technology is serious, but it's not the main question. Construction, manufacturing, services, public health and education, these industries will still exist. The main question is, what will be the future of work? How will we define work? How will we share the wealth?
From the viewpoint of the labor or jobs, now we really need new education or new training.
We're working with a World in Motion and First Robotics, trying to encourage students from 3rd grade all the way up through the end of high school. We had students make sailboats, and then we had them race them, and so they could see how quickly they could move. And they immediately went back and started to say, oh, I saw what happened, I'm going to go change this or that. And that was 3rd graders.
I just given a prize to a kid of 18 years old that has discovered something really very, very unique. Came up with how to get better productivity and better yields for seeds of corn. And so he basically came with the idea that if you would perforate these seeds, you would get more food. And you think about it and say, but he didn't go to university. So how does he get all that knowledge? And he told me, I mean, I've been watching YouTube since the age of 12, and I'm so interested that I've seen everything about it. I've read everything about it. The world is really open to learning. The thing is, how do you give the incentive to your kids to do that?
It's this ability of digital technology to change outcomes, to truly empower people all over the world that can create a more equitable growth, because I think the world needs that.
Fourth Industrial Revolution has the potential to make inequalities visible and to make them less acceptable in the future, and hopefully to gather and garner political support to take the necessary decision to reduce the gap.
Humans have always been using tools, but because of the recent advances in technology, we're beginning to have machines that can augment us in all sorts of interesting ways.
I was the first person in the world to be able to voluntarily move my legs while stepping in a robot by exciting the nervous system using electrical stimulators directly onto the spine. We believe that a cure will be possible if enough of the right people have the will to fast-track a cure for paralysis.
We take two things from the patient. First, we take a 3-dimensional X-ray and we extract the 3-dimensional data out of that so we can make a perfectly shaped puzzle piece. And then we also take a sample of fat tissue from the patient so that we can extract the stem cells out of those. And we use those stem cells with this 3-dimensional scaffold that we fabricate, and after 3 weeks we have a piece of living bone that's ready for implantation.
Being able to use genome editing to understand the genetic changes that lead to cancer, and technologies like drug delivery, getting molecules into particular types of cells. There's a lot of excitement about being able to move much more quickly on this disease.
One of the things that I think is so essential to free and open societies is freedom of thought. And up until now, the conversation we've been having is around freedom of speech. Once we can access people's thoughts and access people's emotions, we have to create a space that enables people to think freely, to think divergent thoughts, to think creative thoughts. And in a society where people fear having those thoughts, the likelihood of being able to enjoy progress is significantly diminished.
We need to take responsibility at every level of society, from the individual and the personal to the institutional to the global, to adapt to these technological challenges and changes which are redefining what it means to be human, what it means to work, what it means to be completely embedded in this world.
People always ask me if I'm an optimist or a pessimist. The technology exists, but how do we get it and implement it at the scale we need at a price that people around the world can afford?
Even though we have everyday problems we have to solve, we have to find a way to lay the foundations for the innovations of tomorrow.